Hey, Chris,
Yeah, buddy.
why are there fences around a graveyard?
Couldn't tell you.
Because people are dying to get in.
Wow. Wow. You for sure got that one off of the last patent. You had to. That's horrible. That's like a grandpa joke.
And good morning, everybody. This is Mike with Mornings with Mike.
Chris. Can't forget about Chris.
And we can never forget about Chris, my partner in crime, the co-host for season 2 here. My
Your POC?
my
Or
POC.
PIC?
I'm not for sure what that means, but we'll definitely roll with it.
PIC. We'll roll with it.
My partner in crime, I think it's PNC.
One of them. It's one of them.
Just
We
as long
know what we mean.
just as long as we're not in the back of a police car on a Friday, it's a good day. So,
That's right.
so Chris, I've been working out of town for the last 3 or 4 months here, in this wonderful city called St. Louis, Missouri. Shithole. But
Oh man, St. Louis, man, that's a fun place.
it is a fun place to go if you don't live there and work there.
Yeah.
To be
if you're
honest,
not a Cardinals fan.
Yeah, I could say there's a football game to watch, but the Rams left town for a reason. Their
Yeah,
hockey team's
so
not
now-
very good anymore.
No, so now there's just a big old empty football stadium.
There's 2 big empty football stadiums. It's actually kind of sad to see this big stadium just be empty in the middle of downtown. But
That is kind of sad. Moment of silence for the St. Louis Rams.
fuck the Rams, go Chiefs!
Fuck the Rams.
But Chris, while I was working in St. Louis, I like to listen to morning radio. This is sometimes where we get some of our content because it makes me intrigued. So when you're driving down the highway, you always see some random things, right? Like you see a random shoe, you see like a random, I don't know, like a couch cushion or something like just like that.
Or like a random homeless guy sleeping on a couch.
Right. So the St. Louis radio station that I was listening to while I was there, they had a count of how many mattresses versus ladders were found on the road during the year.
Is that like a Missouri thing?
I don't know, but mattresses were leading the way. 216 mattresses to 145 ladders found on the highway. My thing is, don't you fucking see a mattress flying off your truck when you're like driving?
You think you noticed something like that. But look, I'll be honest, man. Okay, so this one time when I still lived in Mississippi, I was moving, and I had this futon, and I had it in the back of my truck. It was all tied down and everything, but I left the tailgate down. Well, this fucking thing come untied and flew off on the highway, and I didn't even notice it. Not until I got to my new house and I noticed that it was gone.
So
Then I realized that it was gone.
do you go back and get that mattress? Like look for it?
No. No, I do not. No, I definitely do not.
I mean, but like, just I was scratching my head. I'm like, 216 mattresses found on the highway versus 146 ladders. Like, what are these Mexicans doing? Like, are they just like throwing shit out of their truck when they're driving? Like, fuck this job. Boom, there goes a ladder.
Fuck this job. I'm on my way to work. They wouldn't let me go to bed, so I brought my bed, and I'm just going to throw the motherfucker out.
So, my question to you, Chris, is what is the strangest thing you've seen on the highway, like driving, like either on your way to work, on vacation, or whatever? Like, what's the strangest thing you've ever seen?
The strangest thing that I've ever seen. Well, we do live in Kentucky, so there's been some weird stuff, but I'd have to say, man, probably like the strangest, craziest, just fucking out of this world craziest thing I've ever seen. I was driving down the road in Breckenridge County. Shout out to Breck County and all the dumbass rednecks out there. There was a guy in the fence with an animal in the fence, and he was raw dogging the shit out of this thing.
He was fucking a dog?
Yes.
What?
Yes. Yes, bestiality at its finest.
So the real question to this is, did you stop and record it?
No, fuck no. No. Definitely did not.
Were
Definitely did
you
not.
were you afraid you would get an STD by watching it, or
No, God no. No. It was just one of them things that you don't. I mean, it's one of them things that if you see it, you're going to remember it for the rest of your life, but you don't really want to. So you can't watch it. I mean, if you're sick and into some stupid, crazy shit, yeah, you might watch it. But that's not. No.
well,
Lord,
like,
no. That.
like I feel like that is something that you don't want to see, but you catch yourself like turning your head as you're driving by. You're like, man, like he is really giving it to that dog.
He's fucking going to town right now.
like, and then you're like, oh, I missed my turn, so like you have to drive back by and see it again, and then turn around and look at it again, and
Oh, Lord, no.
and like you want to look for it, but you keep looking over there, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Is he giving
No.
him giving a little
No.
reach around now?
Honestly, man, it was so long ago, I can't really remember the deets. I try to forget them deets. But that's probably like the fucking craziest, weirdest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen shit like animals and stuff. I mean, but everybody, it is kind of odd to be driving down the highway and then you see a sign that's got an alligator or a crocodile on it or whatever, and you're like, what the fuck? And then you drive like a mile or two down the road, and there's one just chilling on the shoulder of the road, just sitting there in the sun.
Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of weird.
yeah. It's
But
me. I think that's more weird for us. But like if you're in like Louisiana or Florida or Alabama, I think that would be a little bit more common. You're like, oh, there's just an alligator on the side of the road.
Right.
But that I wasn't for sure where you were going to go with this topic, but the raw dog in it, that's
Raw dog and a dog.
you would definitely tiptoe to that line, and you said, fuck it, the race has started, and just went with it.
Yeah, dude. Like it. You see some crazy shit in Kentucky, man.
Yeah, Kentucky is a very, very weird state. But the weirdest thing I ever seen was actually in Michigan, and
oh man, come on now.
yeah, it was actually in Detroit too. So, I mean,
Oh Lord.
it definitely wasn't a Lions win.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, dude,
I had to go there.
We handed it to Green Bay yesterday, so suck it.
Well, that's what happens when you have a bounty
Sit
game
Aaron
out
Rodgers.
for Aaron Rodgers, but whatever.
Yeah.
But
it's
I
true.
think
Very
that
true.
game was a few weeks ago, but whatever. It is what it is. But I saw a couch on the side of the road.
Well, that's normal.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's I guess things fall out of the truck, and people just forget about it or something. I don't know. But there was like a little traffic jam going through town, and there was a guy sleeping on that couch. Like he had like a blanket and a pillow. Like he was sleeping on the couch. So
like legit full on Sunday afternoon nap.
yeah, like he was out cold. I mean, like we're creeping by, going 5, 10, miles per hour. So like I got a pretty good look at him, and dude, he had like some drool running down the side of his face. He had half the hand down the pants. Like he was full blown out 100%.
So like a full blown Al Bundy.
Yeah, I mean he was KO'd. Like you could put a cigarette and a beer in his hand, and he is living the dream.
That's awesome.
I mean, like I don't know, like if he was there just holding down the fort or what, but like I was just like
holding down the fort. He was the lookout for the bums. They were bum fighting in the woods.
There was nobody stealing my fucking couch.
Oh my god! Fuck your couch.
Yeah, it was very, very strange. But for those of you guys that travel a lot, travel to different cities, in the comments below here on the YouTube channel, tell us what the weirdest thing you've seen on the highway. Chris has seen seen a guy and a dog being friendly. I saw a
Yeah,
guy
way too
sleeping
friendly.
on a couch. Like, I thought that was pretty weird. The city of St. Louis keeps track of how many mattresses versus ladders that are found on the highway. What is your strange deception? As always, guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow the podcast, or else leave a ranking, 5 stars. If it's
Or
not,
else.
if it's not 5 stars, you have to put hashtag Chris is a douchebag in the rankings. So
That's right. That's right.
yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Next time, whenever it is. Adios.
All right, so now you totally got to start it with a